Hey guys, so I kind of have to re-record this because, YouTube, I uploaded it and it said blocked worldwide, despite the fact that there are numerous accounts up with the same footage. I was going to dispute it, but it could take up to 30 days for it to, so I was like, you know what? I'll just do the loophole. I'll just show the video by just doing this, by doing this, you know? And I'll just talk about it and all that because if YouTube wants to be fucking stupid. So Hazbin Hotel season 2 featuring Baxter. Baxter is this new little character right here who's an anglerfish. He's a scientist, a almost mad scientist, if you will. um a mad scientist. He knows of Pentious after Charlie compares, he's, oh, so you're just like Pentious. And so basically he's there to see, he doesn't believe that redemption works, so he is there to basically see whether redemption actually works because he doesn't believe it does. So he's kind of like Alistair in a way where he's kind of like on the sidelines where he's may not interfere. He's just going to kind of like watch the comings and goings of the people in the hotel and um stuff like that. um And the fact that she says that he doesn't believe that redemption is real also says that they don't know that Pentious is in heaven. So when will we find out, or we no, when will Charlie find out that Pentious is in heaven? Probably from her mom. So the only ones who know that Pentious is in heaven are Lilith, Lute, Sarah, and Emily. So I would either think that Lute could no, Lute's not probably not going to go down to hell. That's why she's having Lilith do it. Sarah's not definitely not going to do it. I could see Emily doing it, like choosing to become fallen and be like, oh yeah, after Pentious appeared in heaven, Sarah went crazy, and then Charlie's like, whoa, 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 wait up, you asshole. You're saying Pentious is in heaven? She's like, yeah, Pentious is in heaven, and that's why I'm here. I mean, look, ripped off my wings. She's just becoming completely radicalized, and I'm not dealing with it. But I think it's gonna be her mom. I think Lilith is gonna be like halfway through season 3. She's gonna be like, yeah, Lute came to me. I was just chilling on the beach, and she came up yapping to me about her bullshit, saying, "Oh, your daughter is a threat to heaven, and you need to go down and deal with her." It's like, what do you mean I'm a threat to heaven? It's like, oh yeah, your friend Pentious showed up in heaven, and she's like, what? Pentious is in heaven? Wait, they want to stop me? What are they? What? They're trying to kill me? No. Why would they want to kill me? Just you know. But I think it's going to be Lilith who tells them that Pentious is in heaven. Um, he's going to be kind of like a, like I said, kind of like an Alistair type character, kind of on the sidelines, not really doing a whole lot. Um, season 2 is kind of supposed to backstories on some of the characters. Uh, I think we got some kind of confirmation about Vox and Alistair kind of backstory, and gonna be focused on the V's with this whole power vacuum that somehow happened. Even though none of the overlords were really at the hotel, that when Adam and the Exorcist came, it was at the hotel. So I mean, all the other overlords should be just fine. We saw Rosie fine, Carmilla's fine, the V's are fine, Zestial's fine. So it's like, what power vacuum are you talking about? Unless they're talking about the power vacuum opened up when they thought that like Alistair was gone, because he's a heavy hitter, probably the most powerful of the overlords. So thinking that he's gone would be like, oh yeah, power vacuum. We got to rush to fill his position now. It's most powerful overlord. But then they find out he's not dead, and they're like, fuck. But season 2 is going to focus more on them And then probably at the end of season 1, that's when Lilith shows up. Um, and he probably shows up like early or late in episode 1. We have like this moment where we see, we got the press out there. We got Vaggie talking to the press. Obviously, word's gotten out. Everyone in hell knows about how Charlie and her, the hotel, fought off the angels and managed to kill Adam, even though they didn't kill Adam. Even though it was Nifty who ended up killing Adam, she wouldn't have been able to kill him if it wasn't for Lucifer just slapping the shit out of him. Like, he was no threat at all to Lucifer. Lucifer was having fun. Like, even if, that one moment where Charlie's like, Dad, look out, when he's coming up from behind, it wouldn't have done anything. It would just pissed him off even more. So, the whole time he was just fucking with Adam. Fucking with him, pressing his buttons, hitting him where he knows it hurts, kind of reminding him that all the women in his life have deserted him, his first wife, his second wife. He just did everything he could. Because that's who Lucifer is. He likes to fuck around with you. But also, I wouldn't be surprised if the press is there learning that Lucifer himself is now at the hotel. Because if you look at the hotel, you'll notice that there is a little apple-shaped room up in the corner. So it is probably going to be really big news to find out that the ruler of hell, the man who is hell itself, is now staying at this hotel. And not because for any particular reason. I mean, obviously, it's his daughter. So his daughter's running the hotel. He's going to want to be there for his daughter. I mean, after the whole the character development that he got, in episode 5, with him and Charlie, how he started the episode like, I don't know, Charlie. Our people, Charlie, are awful. They got gifted free will. Look what they did with it. Everything's terrible. Also, I love how every time he brings that stuff up and how heaven's unfair and what they did to him, he's always like, he always has like these panic attacks because it's like PTSD to him. Because he was not only cast down from heaven, but then he was cast down from earth to hell. So he was double cast down. So every time he thinks about heaven or brings them up, he's like, but after him and Charlie kind of, reconnect, and he's like, you know what, I'm going to be here for my daughter. I'm going to be there for my daughter. And in episode 8, when he kind of finally comes around and, says to her that, he truly believes in what she's doing, and that he sees what she's trying to do, and he's that they're going to help rebuild the hotel. They're going to rebuild the hotel. They're going to many people's possible, and that news is going to get around. It's like, what, Lucifer Morningstar is at the hotel? Oh my gosh. Oh my, the ruler of hell, the one who rules all of us here. Lucifer himself, the big honcho, is there in the hotel. He has a room in the hotel. He's staying at that hotel. What? We need to go there right now and find out what's happening. And people, of course, I mean, maybe not just for redemption, but for safety reasons. I mean, if the Exorcist were to come back, what safer place than the hotel where Lucifer Morningstar is? Because Adam was a threat, but you really think Lute poses the same kind of threat that Adam did? No. No. Now, unfortunately, Lilith is more subtle. It's more subtle. She could use more of a woman's touch to kind of corrupt things from the inside out. None of that brute force, or she just use a woman's touch. But I really hope when she gets back, she's going to realize that she wants to be with Charlie, and that her and Lucifer are going to work things out. And that's when Lucifer and her kind of get back together, and she's like, oh yeah, Charlie, I was sent here because Lute was bitching at me, and your friend Penches is in heaven, and she oh, thrown off the bounds of heaven. And that's when Charlie's gonna find out. Um, Arachnus. Yeah, we hoped people want to see Arachnus and Molly. Arachnus is one of Angel's brothers. I think he's got like two brothers and his dad. I think they're all in hell, while Molly and I think their mom are in heaven. Or maybe she's the only one. I can't remember. But I want to see Rue, but Viv should probably save her. Yeah, Rue. If Rue is who we think Rue is, Rue's not going to show up until like maybe if there's like 7 seasons. She's not going to be mentioned really until like mid season 4 as like a teaser kind of thing, and then slowly but surely more and more is revealed about her, and then like early season 6 is her emerging and setting her plan into motion, and season 7 will be like her, everyone having to come together and but yeah, Arachnus and Molly. I hope to see them. And actually, what reason would Molly have to go to hell? Unless I don't think Charlie's going to be going to heaven anytime soon again. So, in order for them to find out that Penchas is redeemed, it would have to be someone from heaven. So, Molly maybe gets to hell, but I think the most likely candidate for that is Lilith, since she's going to be going to hell anyway. I think it's not going to take her very long to realize that she wants to be a mother again to Charlie. And especially Lilith, who, lore-wise, is a cursed woman who is supposed to, all her children are supposed to pretty much die. She's basically incapable of having children. I don't think in this universe, Lilith is going to want to pass up the opportunity to have a relationship with her daughter. So, it's like, well, then how did they have Charlie in the first place? Well, Charlie is that rainbow child, the one that possibly survived. People were like, oh, well, they got Eve to be a surrogate. Well, if Eve is Rue, and Rue is chained up somewhere in hell, I mean, hey, Eve, we know you're chained up down here, but do you think we could have you as a surrogate mother for us? Lilith and I, we're trying to have a kid, right? And, she is cursed, can't have kids. So could you carry our child for us? I don't see that happening. So, but yeah. But Baxter, I love the anglerfish the going on. The fact that he doesn't believe that redemption works. The fact that they still apparently don't know that Penchas is in heaven. I wonder how he's going to conflict, with like Alistair and other characters like that. The fact that the press is there, again, most likely because not only the notoriety that they've gained after fending off the Exorcist attack, but also because Lucifer is most likely at the hotel now. Again, it's Lucifer Morningstar, the ruler of hell, the man who is hell itself, is now staying at the Hazbin Hotel. That's news. That's big news right there, because he could be anywhere. He could be in his palace. No, but the ruler of hell has chosen to be in the Hazbin Hotel with his daughter. So that's going to be big news. But yeah, I hope they don't force too many new characters on us. I mean, because we already have a full cast. We've got Charlie, we've got Husk, we've got Nifty, we've got Alistair, we've got Vaggie, we've got Angel. If you want to consider the animals, you have Fat Nuggets and Kiki and Razzle. I think Dazzle's the one that died. So Cherry, if I remember, Cherry's kind of there now. So we already have a full cast. So to add even more characters, I think it's going to be like a one redeemed and then one newcomer. So Um, kind of makes you wonder who's going to be next. Everyone says it's going to be Angel because he's been there the longest, and he's, it makes more sense for him to be redeemed. Um, and given the fact that season 2 is supposed to focus on the V's, maybe there's a fight that breaks out, and he kind of gives up his life in order to try to stop Val. To kind of finally get that freedom that he wanted, and he ends up in heaven. And maybe that's when Sarah really does lose it. And that's when Sarah really loses it. Like another one. It's just like another soul. How is this happening? This and that's when that true madness of Sarah that we all believe is there, thanks to the visuals and You Didn't Know. That's when that madness is going to finally come out, because if there was an uprising. Just shut the fuck. There was no uprising. You guys are Seraphim. You could easily wipe out anyone who's causing an uprising. No. You're just a nasty, foul person who was looking for any reason for an extermination. But yeah, I hope Emily kind of falls at some point by choice. Because if Angel ends up in heaven, yeah, it's like, what? Okay, Pench is bad enough, but the porn demon has ended up here. It's like, no, we can't have this. We can't have this anymore. So that's when I think Emily is going to see Sarah really become radicalized. And of course, it's not going to happen in season 2, but if Angel is to be redeemed, it'll probably be season 2 or season 3 at some point. But yeah, just a little sneak peek here of Baxter, who's a scientist who doesn't believe that redemption is real, and he's there to prove that it doesn't. While we all know it does, he doesn't think it does. And none of them know that Penchus is all up in heaven and happy and, slithering around with a brand new look. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. Yeah, that's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.